Now we at the All-Star break. We have a ton of evidence on which players and teams are standing out from the rest of the pack. We are fortunate to be witnessing the play of some truly elite players in the modern game. Most people would give the MVP to the best player on the team with the best record, but more times than not, individual stats help the case when they help control the narrative. But look at the case with Nikola Jokic receiving an award, with Denver Nuggets being the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. Russell Westbrook winning MVP, OKC Thunder was the 7th seed back in 2017. So with teams getting hit with injuries, safety protocol, could we be seeing history repeat itself? With that being said, here's my top 5 candidate for the MVP this year. Before we get into that, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and follow your boy on Twitter. Let's lock in. Morant has arrived. A future superstar point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies. People will question Morant's greatness and how much do he make his team better. Suffered a non-contact injury, missed a chunk of games for the Grizzlies, but it only seemed to spark a new identity for Memphis. They went 10-1 without him, but in his return against OKC Thunder, he finished 16 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. But in the loss, it was on the receiving end of some criticism from Memphis fans, suggesting him to sit out. They play better without him. Morant decided to get off social media after all the chatter and responded in the way only great players do, leading Memphis Grizzlies to a franchise record 11-game winning streak. During the Grizzlies run, he's looking like the best player in the league, being named Western Conference Player of the Week in consecutive weeks. Averaging 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists on 53% shooting in that run. He voted in his first All-Star team as a starter, so I definitely give him a legitimate shot to win MVP at the age 22, just like his direct comparison, Derrick Rose. DeMar DeRozan went 3 years without being named to an All-Star team in the Western Conference on the San Antonio Spurs. Not only has he snapped that streak with his selection this year as an All-Star starter in the East, but he's worked his way into MVP conversation, leading the Bulls into the #1 seed in the East despite Lonzo Ball out of Caruso missing an extended period of time, having a career best 28 points per game, going on with 5 rebounds, 5 assists. DeMar DeRozan also has broken Wilt Chamberlain's record for most consecutive games with 35+ points on 50% or better shooting. So I give him a great chance of winning as long as he keeps his play up. The reigning MVP Nikola Jokic is balling at elite level, putting up a monster stat line, leading the NBA in PER. Denver Nuggets MVP Nikola Jokic is on his way to becoming the first player in NBA history to average a 25 points, 12 rebounds, 66 stat line, missing the help he needs from Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., but is still doing the best he can to keep the Nuggets in contention. Jokic needs his 2 stars along with him to truly shine as a winner in the playoffs, but the MVP award is a regular season achievement. So far, Jokic is easily MVP candidate. I'm gonna say top 3. Even if his team record is not impressive, he's gonna be a finalist. Since returning from the COVID-mandated absence, Giannis Antetokounmpo is averaging 32 points, 11 rebounds, 66 on 56% shooting. More recently, Giannis scored 44 points in a blowout win over the Los Angeles Lakers. Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 50 points on 17 out of 21 shooting last Tuesday night against the Indiana Pacers. In the MVP showdown against Joel Embiid, he had 32 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists against the Sixers. But isn't a losing effort. But he also put up a great performance. He continued to put up a great performance. I think so. After his absence, he had a couple of really great games. Even though they lost they had some really letdowns against Charlotte. I thought so. I thought they had some really bad losses, but in the big games on the national TV game, other than the Sixers, I thought he played very big, and the Bucks got the win. So when it comes down to it, I think Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jokic is going to be in the finals conversation. And if Giannis can somehow continue to play at this level and get the Bucks to the number 1 seed, that'll really help his case. So, but it's really hard to get him the nod as of right now, especially after what we saw last week. This guy's definitely in the conversation. Matter of fact, he's the favorite. I wouldn't say he's the runaway, but many people would tell you he would have won last year if he didn't miss time at the end of the season. Joel Embiid has the Sixers playing stellar basketball despite Ben Simmons sitting out the first 54 games of the season. Joel Embiid got off to a roughly slow start this season and was sidelined for 9 straight games in November with a COVID-19 situation, but he's been nothing short of dominant since. In the month of February, he had 340 balls, and on Thursday night against the Milwaukee Bucks and Milwaukee, he had 42 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists, outplaying Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, my biggest question for Joel Embiid and the Sixers the rest of the year: how will Joel Embiid and James Harden match together? Will James Harden come to the team? Can he maintain a great level of play while adjusting to James Harden's style of play? He leads the league in scoring with 29 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists on 49% shooting. The Sixers are going to make a real run for the top spot, which will only boost Joel Embiid's case. And it looks like this MVP race is going to come down to the wire. So that's my top 5 MVP candidate list. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If it's somebody y'all feel like that deserve to be on the list and I left out, let me know in the comment section. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, salute. Thanks for showing love. I'm out.